good, everybody? Corbino here with my girlfriend,
Caitlin.
Good job. This is her first video. She's been in the vlogs. Yes, you've been in the last 3 Comic Con vlogs we've had. But I don't think you really do anything. You're just there in the background doing chilling and whatnot. But anyways, as you can tell by the thumbnail and title, this is a Black Panther review, like a month late. But that's okay, because I was blind for some of that, and Gary's lazy, and Hannah and Anthony say they can't because they're white. So, yeah, here we are. Alright, what did you think of the movie?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
You've now seen all the MCU movies but Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Where do you think, is it in your top 5?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 3?
Probably number 1. Right?
Damn!
I love that movie.
Okay, alright. I'll tell you, Eric Killmonger, best villain for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and that's a lot of people always say that the MCU movies have a problem with villains, and they do. They're not the best villains, but oh my gosh, the best villain. Oh, he was amazing. And that's what I was. I was ready for Black Panther, but just like the newest Thor movie, I was ready for it, but I wasn't excited. I was ready for Wonder Woman, wasn't excited, but I gotta start going into things ready for them, but not excited. But also the previous Thor sucked, and DC's previous movies weren't very good, so, and Black Panther, I just never, I've liked him, because Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon that, Avengers replaced, okay. Anyways, great cartoon, and the T'Challa in that show, great, loved it. I've only read a handful of Black Panther comics, but I've definitely seen him pop up in a lot of other comics, and I have an action figure somewhere around here that I used to love to play with. And you can also move his fingers, and I used to always make him flip people off, and I thought that was the funniest thing because little kids find that funny. But yeah, I've never been a huge Black Panther fan, but oh my gosh, that movie definitely made me a fan. Oh, I was just so. And then his new suit that his little sister Shuri made with a little necklace, and then he just thinks about it, and it's like, that's higher, that's more fancy than Iron Man's suits.
Definitely.
It was, oh my gosh. It was, and I'm gonna be real, until I saw a trailer for this, months and months ago, I didn't know Wakanda was a fancy place. I didn't think it was a third world country, but I thought it was I don't know, I didn't think it was New York or anything, but I thought it was just a small country that wasn't, starving or nothing, but I definitely didn't think that they were that great, because you've seen it pop up in cartoons and stuff, and there's the Black Panther cartoon that was on BET, I got that YouTube, it's only 10 episodes or something, that was great. I watched that on Netflix, I think 8th grade, that was great, but even then, it didn't really show Wakanda being too fancy, you didn't really see much of that. But so I was very surprised by Wakanda being so fancy. But in Claw, I loved that they had Claw set up in Age of Ultron, and Ultron chopped off his arm, and then he got his crazy arm. But I guess he's dead because they dragged him all the way up to Wakanda. But I just don't like that Claw's dead, because I wanted to see him do some other crazy, creepy stuff. But I don't know. And that's right. I was afraid Manape wouldn't be in this, because Manape's the only villain I know of Black Panther, besides Claw. But Manape was in it, or whatever is what's his, I don't know his real name. M'Baku, okay. Yeah, normally he wears he's a way bigger guy, but he was still a big guy. And I like that they didn't use CGI or nothing to make him look like a crazy big guy. They made him look like a realistic big guy. But normally wears something white back gorilla, I don't know, but it's a white gorilla. He normally wears its fur and then its face over his head. oh, gosh. Oh my gosh. It was, oh my gosh. And that's when I first saw it and it focused on the little boy at the beginning, I was like, what was that little boy's up to? Alright, never mind. That's all. Forget it. It's just a little boy that'll never show up again. But then it turned out to be Killmonger.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Killmonger's character. I think it was very real. And it touched on a lot of things that we don't talk about today. And yeah, he was a really great character. And I think Michael B. Jordan was a good cast for his character too. He played that role.
Oh my gosh.
Very well.
Michonne or Denai Guerra as Okoye. Oh, she is so badass. The scene in the casino when she takes off her wig and throws it at a dude and then she's so badass. And then her husband is the guy from Get Out. And I was like, hey, that's my boy. But then I was like, no, he's gonna be evil. He's I don't trust him no more. And then he did. He was like, how are you gonna almost run your wife down with a rhino, dude? Yeah, they're definitely not gonna have a very. They're gonna be in couples therapy for a little while.
That rhino wouldn't have done anything either. You saw how it stopped and licked her face.
Yeah.
She was like, I've got this under control.
Oh, Lord.
What was your favorite part of the movie, do you think?
When Killmonger gets to Wakanda. And not like when he comes in and he's like, y'all sitting pretty up in here, and he's like, ask my name, and T'Challa's like, no, I'm not going to, I know who you are. He's like, ask it, and then he says what his real name is. I like that scene. Skip the fight scene with T'Challa, and then after that, when he's now officially king, and he's, having his little flashback things, and then he wakes up and he's like, burn all these herbs or whatever, and the old lady was like, but we need it for future kings. He's like, future kings? Nah, you ain't gonna need that. You heard me burn it. She's like, I can't do that. And he like chokes her. I really liked when he got there and started taking over. Even though I wasn't rooting for him, I just really liked, because like when I just saw it again with my mom, I was seriously like, oh my god, we're almost there. Can we just hurry up and get, and then I saw it got to the plane like junkyard area where they were gonna take off, and I was like, thank god, we're almost there. I was like, I need Killmonger to get to Wakanda already. That was my favorite part, is when he first gets there.
I would say my favorite part was when everyone was in M'Baku's territory, and they have that white guy in there. And anytime he speaks, they like bark over him. Mm-hmm. And then even to take it further, he was like, I'll feed you to my children. And then he stops and goes, just kidding, we're vegetarian.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that's what I like is Everett Ross. I don't know much about him, but the only times I've ever seen him in comic books is in Black Panther comic books. And so that's cool that they still were like, hey yo, he's still, tied into Black Panther stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, oh my gosh, I love that. And I love when they're all getting ready to leave. They're like, all right, Mom, you're gonna stay here. Shuri and what's his girl's name? I don't remember what his girlfriend's name is, but Shuri and the girlfriend or whatever, he's like, yeah, you guys will come back with me. And then Everett Ross is like, I'm in. You're gonna need all the help you can get. And we're like, all right, sweet. And then he's like, are we done? I mean, are you done? Are you done? I was like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah, that part was hilarious.
I liked it.
And why don't you share, because you saw the movie more than I did. Both experiences, we watched it together twice with my sisters, and he had an experience on his own with his mom, and he said that during the movie there was a kid in the background who is about 8 years old. So why don't you tell them about that?
I've just never seen a kid. He was attached to these characters. I don't know why or how he became so attached to them, but when he thought T'Challa died, he was freaking out. He was tearing up. I don't know about tearing up, but it sounded like he was crying. And you hear him talking to his dad, talking about why did he do that? And now when Killmonger becomes in charge, he's like, Dad, why is he in charge? Why are they letting him do this? But the best thing was when T'Challa comes back and he's like, I'm not dead. I didn't yield. The little boy's like, oh, and starts clapping, and the dad's like, stop, shh. And he keeps clapping over his dad, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, yes, I love it. But I don't know, he was just in love with oh my god, the little boy, he just loved these characters. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good movie. I put it as my number 3 MCU movie.
Yeah, I'd say it's my number 1, and then Captain America's my second favorite.
And that's the first Captain America.
The first
correct?
Captain America.
Okay, you love you some Captain America.
But I really did enjoy the movie. I think there was enough action, and it was easy to pay attention to. I have a hard time paying attention to movies, but you were really involved with each character, and that was really great too.
Thanks.
Again, I really loved Killmonger's character. I think that it was so real, like something that we really don't pay attention to. You know, you have a person who is coming and he's trying to make things better for everyone, but he's also like, you know, I don't care what happens to everyone else.
Yeah.
It's that I'm doing this because of me, not really for other people, but you know. And I think it's hard to really understand where he's coming from, because you think that he is really thinking for the good of his people, but I think he really is just trying to prove a point. Like, if I had to go down, everyone else has to go down with me. He was crazy coming up out of that sand.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And that's what I was saying to her. That's like how my little sister Skylar wakes up. If you like, hey Sky, it's time to wake up. She's like, oh God, I'm sorry. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Like that's how she wakes up. Yeah, he was mad when he woke up. Oh my, it was. And yo, so are these tattoos? Because they're glowing. Is it like a tattoo with vibranium inside their lips? And also, because Killmonger had it as a kid, so did his dad tattoo the inside of his lip?
I think they're born with it. Like, it's probably like...
Maybe, I guess. I don't know, but
really
it's
a
glowing.
brand, but... I mean, they each have numbers, don't they?
Yeah, that's...
Isn't that what it was?
I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're born with it, and that's how you know, like, I'm actually a part of this. I'm actually a part of Wakanda and the family.
And, again, I still don't know where the 6th Infinity Stone is, because we've seen them all 5 throughout the movies, and we all thought the 6th one was going to pop up in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It didn't. And then we were like, okay, Thor Ragnarok for sure. It didn't. And we were like, okay, it has to be Black Panther, because no one thought it was going to be Spider-Man, which it wasn't. And so we were like, Black Panther for sure, and it still wasn't. And the next movie is Infinity War, so where's the 6th Infinity Stone at, y'all? I don't know when we're going to... I mean, I figure we'll find it in the movie, but...
And I loved Stan Lee's bit in this movie too.
That's my favorite cameo. Oh my! I meant to say that earlier, but then I got distracted. He was like, I'm just gonna take these over here, yep, for safekeeping. I don't know why. I just loved that. Oh my god.
And you know, I've been seeing a lot of complaints about Stan Lee, and there's like a huge race war, it seems like, over Black Panther. Like, in the beginning he said that Anthony and Hannah wouldn't even do it because they were afraid that they're white, so they shouldn't even have an opinion on this movie, but...
Facts.
I mean, people are people. We're all people. So.
Exactly. That's what I was saying to them in the group chat. I was like, we're human beings. Just do a review. I'm like, I've been reviewing white superheroes for years. So, but, oh, gosh, so good. Definitely my favorite villain and my favorite Stan Lee cameo for sure. Number 3 in MCU movies. Oh my. And I mean, the end credit scenes definitely weren't the best, but I mean, I like that. Well, the first one was him talking about, he was talking like the United Nations or whatever that stuff's called, and he was like, we're gonna share our resources with the world and whatnot. So that's nice that he's gonna share and help with the world and whatnot. And then the other one was just showing that, I'm assuming Bucky doesn't have any more evilness in him, and that he's all clear. He's missing his arm. But in the trailer for Infinity War, he has a new arm, so I assume they'll hook him up with that. But...
You know, honestly, I'd have to say my favorite Stan Lee, I think it was in Guardians of the Galaxy, whenever he's sitting with all of, like, I don't know, were they aliens?
The Watchers. That's my favorite cameo. What am I talking about? That's my favorite cameo.
And he's just going on, and they're walking away, and he's like, hey, wait, you're my ride.
That's my favorite cameo. I don't know why. That's my favorite cameo. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So much about it. Everything was just so good.
It was. And the clothing was beautiful. I loved how bright and colorful it was, and I mean, it was nice to see that the sister, when she would say stuff like, what are those? I was kind of like, you know, modern, and that was cool. And she wasn't like, she was a princess, but she was laid back, and you know, it was her brother, and so So that was a good relationship they had there.
I watched the video today. It was like top 10 things Black Panther got right, and it was talking about how Shuri was a princess, but they didn't like focus on her being a princess. They didn't make it about her being a female and whatnot. Like she was just, you know, she was a great fighter, etc., etc. And also, number 10 was Black Panther. They said like T'Challa, but number 1 they said was Killmonger. Was what they got right, and I was like, that is facts.
And during the movie, we talk a lot during movies, so everyone in the theater probably hates us. But so during the movie, there was the scene where they were by the train, and the train was splitting them, but you could see the two Black Panthers, and it reminded me of the Spider-Man meme, where they're like, hey, like, I know you.
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah.
I told them we needed to make that meme, but we really didn't get around to it. Thank you. Yeah. And I obviously have a geeky boyfriend, so he got me into all of this. I'm sure that I've seen each of the movies, you know, growing up, but never in order. And so whenever I find things in movies, he's like, oh, good job, babe. That was great. You actually got that right. And I'm like, you know.
One thing she always, like, she'll never forget is that Iron Man doesn't like to be handed things. Every movie, if someone hands her something, she's like, well, he doesn't like to be handed things. So.
Yeah, he always gives them a look like, excuse you. How we thought how terrible it was that the king actually left his nephew.
Yo, I forgot all about the king, the original King T'Chaka. Yo, what's up, boy? T'Chaka. I was like, hey, this is a great father, a great king. But you killed your brother. I mean, I kind of get that because he was going to kill Zuri, but I don't know. But you left a kid, though?
Yeah. And his excuse was that he was going to maintain a lie.
Yeah, that is.
It makes sense, but, I mean, I think he should have been honest with his kingdom, and he should have taken the boy under his wing. But, I mean, even T'Challa, he says, he's a monster of our making. And so I think it's really important. And I like the way he evolved from the first time he saw his dad to the second time. It went from, I miss you and I need you in my life, to, I know all of the secrets about you now. And what we used to be afraid of needs to change. We need to open up to the world. We need to help people. We need to go about it doing the right thing. It was a great movie. I loved the outfits. I loved them. I need to get my summer clothes on.
Oh my gosh. It was...
And when Killmonger came back and requested that he fight the king, every time Corbin was like, well, you should have just been there for that day.
He has a right to the throne because he's blood. But yes, they asked on the challenge day,
yeah.
Does anyone of royal blood want a challenge? Like, he should have been there, sorry. It was a couple days ago, sorry buddy.
I mean, obviously it made the movie more interesting, and it, dragged it out. I heard that originally, was it you who told me that the movie was supposed to be like 4 hours long?
They're like, before they edited stuff out, the original cut, everything together was 4 hours or something like that.
Okay.
Is what Marvel or somebody posted somewhere, but yeah.
I would like to see what they had before they edited everything out.
I'm sure the DVD will have extraness, hopefully.
I hope so.
The director or whatever of this movie, Coogler or something like that, he directed another movie with Michael B. Jordan. I may have talked to you about this before, but it's called Fruitvale Station. Have you seen it? It's on Netflix.
I don't think so, no.
It's based on a real thing. Have you heard of the Fruitvale shooting?
Mm-mm.
You need to watch that. Like, legit pissed me off. I went down and, like, it's such a good movie. Again, it's based off a real story. It pissed me off, and then I went down to Cameron's room and ranted for like an hour about, and I mean, you know me, I don't normally like care about what's going on out in the world, but I was like, how are we letting it? And then I was, and Cameron was probably getting real tired. It was like, alright, cool, dude, go ahead and get out of the room. But yeah, that's a good movie, you need to watch it. Michael B. Jordan's the main character, and the dude that directed Black Panther directed that.
Oh, speaking of Michael B. Jordan, my sisters are both 13 right now, and they probably will be by the time this is released. But they aren't twins. Their birthdays just fall in order. The whole time that they saw Michael B. Jordan without a shirt on, they were going crazy. It was insane. They were like, "Ooh, Kaylin, are you seeing this?" And I was like, "Stop it, Corbin's here."
Yeah, you love some Michael B. Jordan, huh?
Well, you know, I like my dark skinned boys.
Oop, oop. False. Gross. Okay, well that's all I have to say about Black Panther. Fantastic movie. I mean, it's a month after the movie came out, but if you haven't seen it yet, maybe you were also blind. So go see it once you are not blind anymore. Because, gosh,
Yeah, it's a tenner.
it's a who?
A tenner.
Oh, okay. Shut up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's it, right? That's
Yeah, that about wraps it up.
it. Okay. Well, until next time, stay geeky.
Hello, Hannah here, and this is ya boy Caesar. We just want to tell you about Bullymake. It's a subscription box for dogs. Caesar here loves it. And if you use promo code IG10, you can get 10% off. Just go to bullymake.com, type in IG10, IG10, and isn't that dope? So get that Bullymake box, subscription box. Bye!